In a town like Port Charles, where past secrets never stay buried and the line between illusion and reality is often razor thin, Sasha is once again being pushed to the edge of psychological collapse, and this time, the torment is far more methodical, intimate, and terrifying than anything she's faced before. After finally beginning to rebuild her life following the heartbreaking death of her son Liam and a long recovery from addiction and mental breakdown, Sasha now finds herself trapped in an invisible war, one waged not with weapons, but with whispers, misdirection, and calculated chaos, all centered around her newborn daughter, Daisy. It starts subtly, almost imperceptibly. A misplaced item here, a confused moment there. A bottle of milk that should have been in the fridge shows up in the cupboard. A tiny, seemingly insignificant mistake. Then comes a wardrobe change, Daisy's yellow outfit swapped for pink with no explanation. Alone, these incidents could be chalked up to exhaustion or new mother fog. But Sasha, whose fragile psyche has already been scarred by trauma, senses something more sinister at play. Her intuition tells her she's not simply misremembering, someone is trying to make her believe she's losing her mind. The tipping point arrives in the form of a devastating and chilling incident. Sasha awakens in the General Hospital nursery to find Daisy missing. Panic explodes inside her. She screams, pleads, and breaks down until a nurse calmly assures her that Daisy is safe and was never missing. But the torment doesn't end there. Sasha later finds a baby bracelet with the wrong name in her diaper bag, proof, she believes, that someone had indeed switched Daisy with another infant, even if only for a few moments. No one believes her. Not the doctors, not the Quartermains, and not even Michael, the man who once promised to always protect her. Left isolated, Sasha begins to question her own memories, her own mind. But deep down, she knows. This isn't a relapse. This is targeted. Speculation swirls through Port Charles. Whispers of postpartum psychosis begin circulating, and even Brooklyn and Chase start watching Sasha a little too closely. Meanwhile, Willow's vacant expression and disconnected behavior draw raised eyebrows. Ever since her own medical crisis and controversial union with Drew, Willow has wandered through town like a ghost, distant and mechanical. Sasha's supporters begin to wonder, could Willow be the one behind this mental sabotage? Could her own guilt over her past with Wiley or a buried resentment toward Sasha be manifesting in unthinkable ways? But the idea feels too pat, too obvious. And that's when the real fear begins to creep in, not from someone walking among them openly, but someone who has long been presumed gone. For in the shadows of Ferncliff there is a story still unfinished. A woman fell from a cliff in 2020, her body never recovered, her death more an assumption than a fact. That woman was Nelle, a tempest of bitterness, vengeance, and unresolved obsession. And now, the signs point to her return. Nelle, the biological mother of Wiley, the woman who once tricked Carly into believing her dead son Morgan was alive, the woman who carved a legacy of chaos across every household she touched, may have clawed her way back from the edge of death, unseen and patient. If she has returned, she hasn't done so to ask for forgiveness. She has come to destroy. And there would be no more delicious revenge for Nelle than unraveling Sasha's mind from within. After all, Sasha dared to find happiness with Michael, dared to hold the child that Nelle believes should be hers. For Nelle, whose very identity is built on rage and maternal fixation, Daisy is the perfect pawn. Driving Sasha mad would be the first act in a new play of vengeance, one that Nelle writes line by line in the shadows. Some even believe that Nelle may have been rescued from her watery grave by a familiar figure, Shiloh Archer, her husband and fellow manipulator. If Nelle has spent years recovering in secret, honing her plans, gathering resources, it's possible she has returned not just for revenge but for reclamation. But Sasha isn't the only target. Carly has begun having nightmares again. She sees Morgan in her dreams, hears music boxes playing in empty rooms, finds cigarette butts in places no one smokes. It's all too familiar, just like the tricks Nelle once used to gaslight her into believing Morgan was alive. Carly, too, is beginning to wonder if the past is repeating. Could Nelle be pulling the same strings again, this time orchestrating a psychological symphony with multiple victims? If Carly follows the breadcrumbs, she may discover a trail leading straight back to the woman who once tried to dismantle her family. Meanwhile, Nina, mother to both Willow and Nelle, finds herself caught in an emotional spiral. If Nelle is truly alive, what would that mean for the daughter she barely had a chance to know? And what would that revelation do to Willow, already emotionally splintered? The very possibility of Nelle's return threatens to reignite the fires of every feud, every custody battle, and every lingering resentment in Port Charles. Nina, trapped between two daughters on opposite ends of morality and madness, may have to choose between protecting the one she knows, or the one she fears. As the days pass, the gaslighting escalates. Sasha begins to hear Daisy crying in rooms where she is not. Toys appear in her crib that she didn't purchase. Footsteps echo down the halls at night, too light to be Michael's and too fast for any nanny. Sasha, once again, feels herself unraveling. But this time, it's not the grief of losing Liam or the withdrawal from drugs, it's something far more orchestrated. Something designed to make her snap. And if she does, Daisy could be taken from her forever. Legally. Permanently. Now, the question no one wants to ask but everyone fears, is this the beginning of Nelle's new reign of terror? Is Port Charles standing on the precipice of a psychological war unlike any before, led by a ghost with no mercy and nothing to lose? And if so, who will believe Sasha before it's too late? Will Michael awaken to the storm forming beneath his feet? Will Carly revisit the horrors of her past and put the puzzle pieces together? Will Willow discover that the sister she thought was dead has returned to take everything she loves? Because if Nelle is truly back, she isn't just targeting Sasha. She's targeting the entire Corinthos family. One whisper, one shadow, one scream in the night at a time. And no one, especially not Sasha, may survive what comes next.